Man, more and more Halloween news keeps coming our way, video game related. This doesn't feel real. It's actually like a weird part of me like feels like, I don't know. It feels like a dream sometime hearing this much news about an IP like Halloween. But there is a new article that just hit the internet, a couple of days ago, and it's everything we learn about single player and multiplayer in IllFonic's Halloween. So one of the higher ups was interviewed for the Halloween game, IllFonic. God damn, my bad. This is everything we learn about IllFonic's Halloween, and they pretty much do a deep dive of single player, multiplayer, and they talk about some never before mentioned, all the good stuff. Man, we're gonna get to it. Hold up. He says here, IllFonic is aware that when it and other teams announce games based on horror IPs like Halloween, fans get bummed when they learn that it's an asymmetrical horror game and wanted to include a single-player campaign for them. But that's not the only reason. Garrettson tells me the single-player campaign is designed to be played first as it teaches you how to be the best Michael Myers in the game's multiplayer mode. Ooh, they leaning into that immersive gameplay experience. No, I like that. I'm not gonna lie to you. Before reading this, I was actually gonna say I really hope that this game does include an in-game tutorial, and I'm not talking about just text. Like, we read the shit and it's, hey, go be Mike. I want to be like Mike, but the right way. So this is pretty much that kind of is your in-game tutorial, talking about how single player is gonna pretty much get you ready to be Mike in the multiplayer aspect of the game. I'm excited for that, but yeah, I was kind of nervous because like DBD does a fantastic job with getting you ready to play it. Friday, TCM, not so much, if I'm being honest. That's probably the hardest one I think it is to get down if you're just hopping into it. But I like the idea of that. It's like, hey, we're gonna set you up to be the best Mike that you can be through the single player story mode. And a lot of people who aren't comfortable playing multiplayer, I'm sure will jump on that. So I like that a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. He goes on to say you'll play through the events of the first Halloween film and a little after to learn more never before seen story about that night and acquire different abilities and perform different kills on the citizens of Haddonfield in this campaign. It trains you to be an optimal Michael Myers for multiplayer. Garrettson says the team is working with Carpenter and longtime franchise producer Malik Akkad. He's been its producer since 1985, taking over the reins from his father, who was a Halloween producer prior to that, to create this game, including the single player campaign, so you can expect it to feel authentic to the original films. It will even emulate the 1970s movie vibe from the original film. Dude, I hate to get excited reading this because I just and I'm not banking on them to let me down. It sounds so good, y'all. Like, this actually sounds good. Like, that immersive experience is what I'm banking on. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, as the people of the town of Haddonfield and for Michael Myers, and it really sounds good. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I'm a sucker for the 70s aesthetic, the 80s aesthetic. I really like it. So if they can get that down and even give us that cinematic immersive experience of the 70s in the town of Haddonfield, that would be amazing. I like it. I like that a lot. I like the sound of this, but oh man, this sounds so cinematic, but you can't expect anything else, man. You got people who are working on the film still close by. I like it, man. I like that. This means the visual style, the dialogue, and even the technology available to you in-game will match the time period. This applies to single-player and multiplayer content in the game, with Garrison explaining to me, IllFonic has taken great strides to revolutionize this genre this time around. We're filling out the world with NPCs and AI, and heroes can save the town now instead of doing the standard X, Y, Z and escape alone, but now you can play how you want, he says. If you're saving the town people, you're slowing Michael down from killing people. On the other hand, if you're playing as Michael, you have more things to do that might be easier than killing a hero. So the power balance is a lot more interesting and different from the same old of the genre. Oh man, same old. Oh man, I really want to know how that dynamic between the heroes is what they're calling them, and the AI, the NPCs. Oh man, that sounds like a lot. I just don't. I want to see how, because obviously it's a 1v4, and we have the NPCs and AI, so we can use and command them to fight back and to. It's weird thinking about it because it sounds really interesting, but it goes back to being able to bully Michael. Like, is he gonna be OP, which he should be, if I'm being honest. But man, I like, that's something I want to see. It's cool to visualize it, but I really want to be able to see how that dynamic plays out with the heroes and the NPCs and Michael. I want to see how that all ties in together. But hey, I like what I hear. Halloween will utilize the canon of the franchise heavily, but IllFonic has been given the green light to add things it needs to make it fun. For example, in the movies, Michael has the uncanny ability to appear anywhere and is seemingly inhuman in the amount of damage he can take. His gameplay abilities will reflect that. Okay, now we get into the meat and potatoes. I really hope they go in depth with what this man can do. Garrettson says the first time the entire team will be focused on one project in Halloween. Partly that's because Unreal Engine 5 allows the team to try new techniques it struggled with in the past, such as dynamic lighting and other technological feats. Wow. Bro, I don't give a damn. We talking about Halloween, boy. Ain't nobody got time to read that. Dude, hey, they're loading the whole team onto this. Is crazy, dude. Oh man. Like, the newness of things, right? There's the newness of things, and then it's like, this is a major IP, and I've always said, when it comes to this specific genre, the big three I think work best is, obviously F13 has come and gone, so I'm not even gonna include that. Elm Street, Scream, and Halloween, and bro, they're coming out swinging. The whole team is crazy. But one thing about IllFonic is they take care of their fans. If they can update a game and pour content into a game and try to give you that immersive experience, they'll do it. And they have quite a resume. I want to talk about this here because this is very interesting. It says, as far as developing a game around Michael Myers, Garrettson says there hasn't been much representation for him in games. And I'll stop there, but in all honesty, this is why I get frustrated when you have these such cool IPs that are just sitting and just shelved. And I know, the rights holders and all, like, I get it, studios, and it's not as simple as saying, hey, we're gonna make a Halloween game. But it's like, dude, even when like Halloween, dude, Elm Street, Scooby-Doo, like, there's so many cool IPs just sitting, collecting dust, and it, like, this is, bro, like, I don't know, it's kind of frustrating, but like, we're here now, so it is what it is. Since this game is based on the events of the first film, it places you in the same mindset of Haddonfield citizens, in that a lot of Michael Myers is obscured in mystery. We're kind of expanding on that, Garrettson adds. Is he looking at Laurie Strode, or just coming back home to right a wrong or get revenge on something else you don't know? All you know is he is Michael Myers and he killed his sister. Loomis has gone crazy in the film because he's obsessed with this thing he cannot understand. And in our game, you will be playing the thing he and you cannot understand. I think that's definitely an interesting angle. For creating Michael's moveset, Garrettson says the team watched Halloween over and over again, paid attention to the things he does in film, just kind of took that and determined what it means if you can XYZ. We essentially connected these things and presented it to our IP team and said, hey, this is what we feel we can do. Garrettson says the team cracked a mechanic I've never seen in any other game, and that players will have to experience this holy shit moment for themselves. Cracked a mechanic I've never seen in any other game. I mean, you can chalk that up to a stock ability. That's what it would sound like. Either that or like a POV mechanic. I don't know. I would imagine the stock ability. You can talk about DVD and what they've done with Michael, but that's when I'm thinking of an ability or a mechanic they've never seen in any other game. I would just imagine it's simply that stock ability. Playing with bushes and shadows and and silhouettes, and it's kind of like the Batman, man, where it's like they don't know where I am. I'm the shadow. So it's like, I would imagine it has to do with just, I don't know. Is it the? I don't know. I don't know, dude. That's a conversation to be had, but it literally sounds like, there's not a lot of Michael. He's in DVD, but it's like, what else do you have to? You don't have much to go off of. That's what I'm pretty much trying to say. But I don't know, man. I'd like to find out though. Hopefully we see something later this year, man, that shows us a little bit of something. But I would imagine it's that stalk mechanic. It has to be. If it's something else that will blow my mind, hey, take my money. But that wraps up this video here. I just kind of wanted to recap this article. I apologize for being late. I'm going to try to stay on top of this. I do have a video probably going to drop in a couple of days talking about what I would like to see in the Halloween game and just some fun ideas. I don't want to make everything a wish list video, but I mean, that's kind of all we have to go off of, what they're putting on the internet and what we'd like to see. So if you guys really are enjoying these videos, let me know. I'll drop some more, but I'll see you guys next time.